come again. So taking the cue from the last class and continuing from there. Okay, in refrigeration there are 4 devices. Okay, so evaporator, compressor, condenser and expansion valve. Okay, as you can see, I have not written turbine there, but I have written instead expansion valve. Just make a note of it. We will discuss why it is replaced at the relevant place, right? Then now coming to this, okay, let point 1 be our evaporator, that is our starting part of the cycle. Okay, now at point 1 I have with me a liquid refrigerator or a wet refrigerator, okay, at the starting of the cycle. Then in the evaporator what happens? At the evaporator there is always heat being removed. Okay, in fact evaporator is that space where cooling happens, or in other words, evaporator is the device which provides the cooling actually. Okay, we can call evaporator itself as the cooling space. Okay, so now as you can see schematically in this diagram, heat is being removed by the evaporator in the refrigerated space. When this heat is removed, the refrigerant acquires that heat and it gets evaporated. Okay, more or less in most of the cases it gets evaporated. Understood? Then it is being sent to the compressor, wherein the compression takes place. As we all know, during the compression the pressure and temperature both will increase. Okay, and this high temperature high pressure vapor goes into the condenser, which itself is our sink. Okay, so obviously when I say sink, heat will be thrown into the sink. Okay, here the high temperature high pressure vapor will give out its heat. Okay, and thereby it becomes high pressure low temperature liquid. Okay, so condenser will be your outer atmosphere. Okay, if at all in case of you consider an AC, the outside your room will be atmosphere will be the condenser. Okay, generally in case of your fridge in your home, the backside will be your condenser, where all those vents, they give the heat out. Okay, and coming to the expansion valve, it helps the high pressure wet vapor to become low pressure and low temperature vapor again, or maybe a wet mixture. It necessarily may not be a vapor because it has given all its heat at the condenser itself. Okay, so it becomes a low temperature low pressure wet mixture again. Okay, we can say liquid also, but in practice it will not be completely liquid, it will be a wet mixture. Okay, this is how a refrigerator typically works. Okay, now let us move on. Now applying first law into that diagram. Okay, as you can see, I'll go back. Let QL be Q2 and QH be Q1. Okay, this is all the necessary correction that is required here. What is that? QL is Q2, QH is Q1. Okay, considering that and applying the first law, as you can clearly see, Q2 minus Q1 will be minus W. Okay, W is the work input that we have supplied to the refrigerator, minus because we have supplied, it is being given into the system, it is being supplied by us. Okay, then if you can modify it, what it becomes Q1 equals Q2 plus W. Okay, as it is quite obvious. Now coming to the performance parameter of the refrigerator or a heat pump. Okay, as we have been discussing heat engines throughout this subject until now, we all know how big or how important a factor thermal efficiency is, right? So similarly, when we come to the case of refrigerator or heat pumps, COP is that big a factor. Okay, it is as much important as thermal efficiency in case of heat engines. Okay, now considering the COP of a refrigerator, it is refrigerating effect, that is the desired output divided by the work input, obviously. So the desired output in case of refrigerator is Q2, the amount of heat that is being removed from the cooling space, right? So Q2 by W. Now when we come to the case of a heat pump, it is the amount of heat that is being pumped into the outer atmosphere, that is Q1 by W. Okay, now these refrigerant and heat pumps are as good as AC. Okay, since we are on the equatorial plane, our country is on the equatorial plane, mostly it is quite sunny and hot throughout the year. So here we use refrigerators. If at all, if we move north, okay, along the geography, there the countries are having quite cold. Okay, throughout the year it will, the temperature will be very less. There they use room heaters, and that is an example of heat pump. Okay, as simple as that. Now again, coming to the applications of the refrigeration, as you can see, I have listed very few of them here. There are numerous applications. One is obviously ice plants, which you know. Then food processing units. Okay, this is one very huge part where refrigeration is very important. Okay, for interested people, I will refer food process engineering. There is an NPTEL course given by IIT Kharagpur on this. Okay, the interested people can go and refer. Okay, it gives out a very beautiful picture of what are all the different things involved in each and every food that we consume. Okay, so that is a very good information to have for that. Then industrial air conditioning. Okay, being mechanical engineers, we all know how quenching and all in all other different applications, how refrigeration plays a important role. Then comfort air conditioning, which we definitely use in our home. Then chemical and related industries. If the basic example I can give you is that even in your medical shops also there will be a refrigerator, right? That means there are certain chemicals which need to be stored at a certain temperature, right? There the refrigeration comes into picture. Then definitely in hospitals for the same purpose, laboratories, domestic applications, right? So for all these and many more applications, even in cryogenics and coming to all those factors, the refrigeration plays a very important role. It has applications in so many fields. Okay, moving on. Now, what are the basic operations of a refrigeration cycle? As I have explained in that first slide itself, they are compression, heat rejection, expansion and heat addition. Okay, that is evaporation. Then this is VCR, we will discuss it in the next class, but I will tell you only one thing about the VCR. Vapor compression cycle is called so because vapor is being compressed. Okay, the compression of a vapor takes place. That is why it is called vapor compression cycle, which we will study in the next class maybe. Okay, famously it is called VCR. Now, this is the very important one, reversed Carnot cycle. Yeah, we all know Carnot cycle is the basic cycle for heat engines, right? So that is the ideal cycle for heat engines. Now we also know from by default that all the four processes involved in the Carnot cycle are reversible processes. That means the whole cycle can be reversed, isn't it? That is what it is. So if at all I reverse the Carnot cycle, it becomes this reversed Carnot cycle. The function also becomes obviously reverse. So earlier it was functioning as heat engine, now it functions as a refrigerator or a heat pump. Okay, now typically observing the same, here you can see 1 to 2 is the function of evaporator where heat is being removed. Then 2 to 3 is the expansion, that is adiabatic expansion, reversible adiabatic expansion to be specific, right? Then 3 to 4 is the condenser, isothermal heat removal process. Okay, and 4 to 1 is expansion. Okay, I'll tell you. Here there is picture of turbine, right? So as I told you in the last minute, there is turbine and there is expansion valve. Okay, so then 4 to 1 is obviously an expansion process, right? Again it is also an isentropic process, right? Reversible adiabatic expansion process. Understood? So these are the four processes. Okay, here also just like in case of engines, Carnot cycle will have the maximum efficiency, COP for operation of any refrigerator between two temperature sources. Okay, between any two temperatures TL and TH, reversed Carnot cycle will have the highest coefficient of performance. Okay, just like in the heat engines. Now Again, okay, here I have made slight difference in the TS graph. Okay, again the notations only I have changed 1, 2, 3, 4 because I have made it clockwise. Okay, if you observe here it is anti-clockwise. Okay, just for the purpose of easiness I have made them clockwise. Here I have changed 1, 2, 3, 4, but the graph remains same. Okay, 1 to 4 is, or 4 to 1 is obviously heat rejection, heat induction. 1 to 2 is compression, 2 to 3 is heat rejection again, and 3 to 4 is obviously the last process. Now analyzing this graph, analyzing the main part, that is the reverse Carnot cycle engine. So we all know what is COP already, right? COP is desired output divided by the work input. So what is the desired output in case of a refrigerator? It is Q2, right? What is Q2? It is the area under 4 to 1, that is the heat removed in the refrigerated space. Okay, 4 to 1 is the process of evaporator. So considering that, as you can see, it is applying the TDS theory, which is the entropy theory. As you can see, it is T minimum into S1 minus S4, right? As you can clearly see. Similarly, if you can get the Q1, which is the area under 2 to 3, then it becomes T maximum divided by S2 minus H3. H3, right? So then considering the net work done here, which is the difference between compressor work and expander work, so then it becomes Q1 minus Q2. Okay, as you can see, it is Tx minus T minimum, T max minus T minimum into S2 minus S3. So again, substituting the same into the COP, we will get T minimum divided by T max minus T minimum. Okay, or this can also be called as TL divided by TH minus TL. Okay, now just observe here how COP has a relation with TL and TH. So that is what I want to convey. Okay, as TL increases, that means T minimum, that is the evaporator temperature. T minimum means evaporator temperature. Okay, and T maximum means condenser temperature. Okay, keep that in mind. 1 to 4 is, 4 to 1 is obviously evaporator, 2 to 3 is obviously the condenser, right? So here TL or T minimum refers to the condenser. This condenser temperature should be as high as possible. As T minimum increases, COP will increase, and as T maximum, the condenser temperature, decreases, COP will increase. Okay, for it is found that experimentally, for each degree rise in the T minimum, 2 to 4% of the COP can be increased. Okay, understand this much.